एक सेकेंड 3 2 1 लाइव। ओके हाँ प्रखर क्या बोला था तू? अरे यार भाई should we like a lot of people like why is this not just called trash talk? So I think Prakhar this is your baby. तो तू बता what is not your baby but like this is your brainchild. What do you have in mind that what makes it different from like our trash talk? What the fuck do you want me to say यार? Prakhar not audible. Okay.
मेरा इतना अच्छा
ओ
जोक मिस हो
यार
गया
सॉरी यार।
अब भाई मैं दोबारा जोक नहीं क्रैक कर सकता यार।
वापस बोल दे
भाई पागल है, तीसरी बार जोक क्रैक कर रहा
एक
हूँ।
बंदा
स्टैंड अप
बोल
कॉमिक हूँ क्या?
सो गाइस whoever saying Prakhar
जिंदगी में
muted
बीजेपी को अपीस करके पैसे कमाता हूँ क्या मैं?
बढ़िया भाई। ओके वापस बोल दे। ओके तो मैं बोल रहा इंस्ट्रूमेंटलेस कवर्स ने समय को एकदम ब्यूटीफुली डिफाइन किया है और प्रखर बोल रहा था भाई इंस्ट्रूमेंटलेस कवर आई लव यू बट तेरे मुंह पे इधर कुछ तो लगा है।
वो तो हटा ले भाई, कुछ टपक रहा है यहाँ से भाई। गाइस चैट, आज हम वापस आए हैं विवेक के साथ और अब हम करने वाले हैं आज से ज्यादा बदतमीजी, ज्यादा बदतमीजी। समझ रहे हो मेरी बात को?
Guys, also a lot of people are saying this is first time Samay has done Simul. This is the first time he's done Simul in chess. He does Simul with plates every day. Anyways. Is that not the classiest fat joke you've ever heard?
Okay. Honestly, 20 people Simul, not even that big a deal. Let the fire begin. Let the fire begin.
I don't think so. I think it's
हाँ, तुम्हें क्या 1800 लेवल के प्लेयर को हरा के दिखाओ, फिर बात करेंगे ना।
I've beaten you on stream before. I think. Okay. चल ठीक है काम कर चल. You are better than me in chess, so I'm saying at my level, I think 20 people का Simul is थोड़ा tough. I don't think it's easy. I don't think perfect score is easy in that.
No, perfect score is not easy. You'll probably end up, but अगर तेरे से 400 पॉइंट नीचे खेल रहे हैं ना लोग, तो मतलब समझ रहे हैं, then
it's very easy to
like
blunder a piece, man, when you're playing.
Sure. हाँ, no doubt. I'm not saying Simul's not tough. I'm not saying Simul's not tough.
10-12 पॉइंट लाना out of 20 should be easy. 15 के ऊपर लाना tough है because you can't.
अच्छा, और is there a time situation on the games or no?
I don't know. One guy saying Vivek Agnihotri to Vivek Desai.
Hey, ask me which Vivek I prefer. I'll tell you honestly.
He prefers the Vivek around he can be fully honest. Okay, sorry. Let's
When will learning poker come back?
It
takes many games before it starts paying off, bro. If that's what you're asking, it takes many games before it starts paying off.
Okay, तो भाई
I think Simul is
trash talk से क्यों different है?
I don't know how trash talk से क्यों different है. Here is the thing, chat. Me and Vivek think we have something very like poppy. हम लोग जो है करते हैं, we enjoy doing it a lot, and I think chat enjoys that a lot. सुकृति एक बार और flirt कर दे, मेरा मन बन जाएगा. तो अब we are sort of considering to sort of formalize this. We don't know exactly what to call it, and we want sort of the audience to be participative. हमें बताओ तुम्हें क्या लगता है इसके साथ हम क्या कर सकते हैं? What do you enjoy about that dynamic that can be explored? We have a few ideas. We'll work on it regardless. Yeah. But if there is anything at all that you like, plus यार trash talk is such a एक तो मेरे को भी ना साली कुत्ती ट्रैश टॉक वाली ब्रांडिंग नहीं पसंद जो मेरे को सीओबी में हर बार मिल जाती है, जिसकी वजह से मेरे को इतनी गालियां मिलती है, मेरे पापा की तबीयत खराब रहने लगी है।
यार मैं ट्रैश टॉक क्यों रखा? इट वाज नेवर अबाउट इंसल्टिंग, इट वाज अबाउट कि जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं उसका कुछ वैल्यू नहीं है, देयरफॉर इट इज गार्बेज टॉक व्हिच इज ट्रैश।
राइट,
इट वाज नेवर मेंट टू बी कि वी इंसल्ट ईच अदर।
Right. So we I mean that became very natural because Vivek insults himself and then I insult everybody else. So like वो situation बहुत ही एक वहीं पहुंच जाती है. But हमें we don't know what title we think for this. We don't know what theme we think of this. We want definitely to do this regularly enough so we kind of have a very informal interaction with people.
Yeah.
क्योंकि मैं तो थक गया हूँ भैंचो फॉर्मल ज्ञान। मैं ज्ञान करना चाहता हूँ और दबा के ज्ञान चलता रहेगा, बट मेरे को भी थोड़ा ऐसे रिलीज चाहिए ना यार, यूट्यूब पे आके 2-4 गाली दे पाऊँ मैं, क्यों चैट? तुम्हें ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं लगता?
बेसिकली दिस इज योर टिश्यू पेपर आफ्टर अ
well you are my tissue paper but I didn't want to say it like that, Vivek. I didn't want to say it like that.
यार मेरे हिसाब से तो आई थिंक ऑफ इट एज लाइक ट्रैश टॉक बेसिकली इज नॉट अ पॉडकास्ट, इट इज नॉट एनीथिंग. इट इज बेसिकली एवरी टाइम आई डू अ स्ट्रीम वेयर पीपल आर जस्ट टॉकिंग विदाउट एनी एम, डायरेक्शन और structure, it's called trash talk.
Right. And we aim to give this some direction, some structure. So that is why it is not trash talk.
100%. This will be like, we might still do one trash talk once in a while जिसमें कुछ बिना सोचे stream पे आ गए सिर्फ. But these will not be like that. We will have topics that we plan to discuss. Like today we have a couple of topics जो हमने सोचा discuss करने चाहिए.
And also like chat, मतलब मैं तो बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ कि तुम ही कमेंट्स में बता दिया करो यार किस बारे में हम मतलब so that we are in conversation, no, apart from saying Vivek you are so nice, I wish you the best, कुछ बेहतर लिख दो ना भाई वहाँ पे.
वो तो तू वैसे भी नहीं बोलता है, let's be honest.
नहीं, मैं तो कभी भी नहीं बोलता. I have never, मैं अपने मुंह से उल्टी क्यों करूँ? जब जनता करने को तैयार है, मैं अपने मुंह से क्यों भागूं?
वाह.
भाई प्रखर रॉ एंड रियल पर एक बार जाओ ना, पर रॉ एंड रियल ही नहीं आ रहा भाई, अब मैं क्या जाऊं उस पे यार. और तुम सोचो तुम अभी भी साले 2 साल पुरानी जीवन में जी रहे हो, जहां तुम आज भी इस चीज को लेके इच्छुक हो कि रॉ एंड रियल दोबारा होगा, हम वो कर पाएंगे. डज प्रखर प्लान ऑन डूइंग स्टैंड अप? मे बी.
यार रॉ एंड रियल कौन सा वाला था तेरा?
श्वेता, वेदांत और मैं. हाँ, जिसने मेरे को रेलेवेंस दिया है, जिस पॉडकास्ट की वजह से मेरे को लोग जानते हैं आज की डेट में.
couple of things to discuss. पहले क्या बात करना है भाई? I have तेरे को, you don't want to discuss this much, but I wanted to, which is like, I mean, let's not discuss about the Oscars incident. Everyone has said what they want to do. What I want to discuss more specifically is how anyone, like, what is there any nuance in defending Will Smith? Because there are
Bro,
people
actually,
have tried.
I have a question with that. ठीक है? And the more I talk to people, the more I'm like unsure.
Yeah.
Because मेरा जब मैं सुबह उठा और मैंने वो देखा ना, my instinctive reaction was one way. We'll come to that.
Yeah.
Like, how do I say this, yaar? I understand the comics point of view. Comics universally feel a little bit threatened.
Yeah.
That somebody जिसको society publicly खुद comedy से ज़्यादा rate करती है actors को.
Yeah.
Right? Like by default.
Yeah.
Don't mean that as a मैं किसी पे थूक नहीं रहा, but I'm just generally.
Fair enough.
वो एक जोक को लेके किसी के मुंह पे चाटा मार सकता है, ग्लोबल स्टेज पे पब्लिकली सबके सामने 1000 करोड़ लोग देख रहे हैं, दुनिया भर का सब सिचुएशन. ठीक है? And so I understand why the comics feel threatened and why they are absolutely anti that. In principle, the guy should be allowed to crack whatever joke.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
मैं बिल्कुल I'm not going to be coming to defense.
Yeah.
कि विल स्मिथ ने थप्पड़ क्यों मारा वो ठीक है, गलत है बिल्कुल. ठीक है हिम्मत थप्पड़ मारने की. But I also think, bro, the way internet as a whole behaves with celebrity relationships in many cases is absolutely absurd and not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I love Andrew Schulz, but Andrew Schulz plus all comics ganging up on Will Smith the next day does not speak of compassion. And that man is clearly troubled. So you are, one, trying to make a point, two, trying to make content, which did extremely well for Andrew Schulz, by the way. एक दिन में 1 million views किसी वीडियो पे नहीं देखता मैंने कभी नहीं देखे. One day 1 million views.
Bro, I got 2 million views in 3 days on my Nora Fateh video. And then I never got any views ever. But anyway.
Have you seen that तन्मय का एक वीडियो है, उसने सिर्फ टाइटल डाल रखा है, क्लिक फॉर नोरा फतेही 4 million views. Like, bro, नोरा फतेही के नाम पे इंडियन लड़कों को क्या हो जाता है ब्रो? क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग?
That video has 4 million views almost now.
I didn't even know who Nora Fatehi was until I saw your video. And I still don't know what she does.
Can I be honest with you? When I was doing the video, I didn't know who she was.
Is she an actress?
I was about, yes, she's a very nice person. She was so nice. So I was about to do a video with Jacqueline Fernandez, and uske pehle Jacqueline's manager told me you should do a video with her 100%. She's going to become the next big actress in Bollywood. Like, she's really she's going to become very popular. And she seemed nice. So I was like, okay, of course, why not? And then I shot a video. Then 7 months later, I found out कि fuck यार ये तो movie फट रहा है, मैं निकाल देता हूँ video.
Like, oh right,
pure fluke.
कौन सी video? What movie is that?
ABCD करके movie था I think, जिसमें उसका एक
Anybody Can Dance.
I don't know if that was the name of the movie. It was a dancing movie basically.
Prabhudeva, हाँ, Anybody Can Dance.
Yeah, that one. So उसका so she had done a song गर्मी करके in that. That song had blown the fuck up. So I released my video the same day that video released. And what was happening is my video was being recommended after that. So like 2 million in 3 days is like 2.5 days. That was crazy. Street dancer.
So here is what I feel, yaar. Like, my pain started with what started happening with Kanye.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kanye lost his wife to craziness, to being stupid and being weird and being all those things.
And Pete
Davidson started dating his wife.
Yeah.
The internet was merciless, bro. Like, put yourself in Kanye's shoes.
But Kanye खुद भी बहुत उंगली करता है ना. No, I get what you're saying. My thing is, okay, so there are two different discussions. One is, can Will Smith be outraged? Second is, should he physically have hit him? The outrage part I understand. So I
say
take
outrage भी. I'm saying outrage भी मैं non-understanding mode में जाने को तैयार हूँ.
Yeah.
थप्पड़ तो बिल्कुल गलत है. Outrage भी मैं कहता हूँ चल गलत है. मैं उसके बाद के रिएक्शन की बात कर रहा हूँ. मैं उसके बाद के जो एक मतलब ब्रो मैंने Satish Ray, I was listening to Satish Ray on Vinamra's podcast.
Yeah, those guys. I saw that.
Satish Ray is like, मेरे को मिल गया ना वो, तो मैं मारूंगा. And with all due respect to Satish Ray, भाई उसके जीवन में कम प्रॉब्लम है क्या? उसकी बीवी उसको खुला बहनचोद इंटरनेट पे ले जाके कक करती है यार. उसकी लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम उसके घर से चालू होती है, कॉमेडियन से चालू नहीं होती. उसने जो बेइज्जती करी, हॉलीवुड उसकी नेक्स्ट लेवल मार रहा है, कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस है। किस लेवल पे हम कंपैशन दिखाने को तैयार है एक आदमी की जिसकी प्राइवेट लाइफ पब्लिकली उधेड़ दी गई है।
And you know
Bro,
the best
मैं वो
thing is
दर्द समझ
Chris
सकता
Rock
हूँ।
himself has been very like a lot of shit came out after that, right? Which basically it was कि Chris Rock was the reason he was not ejected from the Oscars. Where forget police complaint, they were like we can remove him also from the ceremony. Chris Rock मत निकालो फालतू में मेरे को issue escalate नहीं करना है.
हाँ,
So if
right.
Chris Rock
Chris Rock was
himself is
graceful.
like कि छोड़ यार जान दे. Why are other people? They basically I feel the extreme reactions now. Like we are discussing it obviously. I want to discuss it not from a place of Will Smith and Chris Rock, but more from what are we normalizing now. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to discuss it. Obviously views आएंगे discuss करके, but genuinely I have interest in like
No,
knowing.
you have a very fair question. मैं बिल्कुल मना नहीं कर रहा। और चैट में आ गए हैं ये टोटले आ गए हैं, तो फिर सबको मार, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ भाई मारना गलत है। पर उसके बाद क्या करोगे तुम? उसके बाद गैंग अप करोगे क्या उस पे? और यार वो मतलब लुक, आई टेल यू समथिंग, ठीक है? मैंने अभी एक 2-4 दिन पहले एक स्ट्रीम करी थी, बहुत छोटी सी, 30-40 हजार व्यू होंगे उस पे, जिसमें मैं अपने पुराने इंस्टाग्राम से जा रहा
स्ट्रीम थी क्या वो 30-40 साल वाले?
मतलब यार as compared to the Oscars, it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, right? And उसमें I was just going through my old Instagram, and I have pictures with a lot of girls on my old Instagram. I have received text messages from my ex-girlfriends over the last few days saying, "Can you please remove all our pictures because people are DMing me." You don't understand when a private part of your life is taken into the public. Even if so slightly, I never hung around any of those pictures. I moved forward. I never wanted to show any of the pictures. But people, and the kind of text messages they send them, it's so horrible, bro. It's so fucking horrible. What that did effectively is now I can never, ऐसे भी मेरे को कोई बात नहीं करनी थी अपनी ex से, but that relationship's ruined. And it becomes so complicated to try and weave that out. एक टूटे रिश्ते में कान्ये किम के वो वैसे ही साले नेगोशिएशन में भाई कि हम वापस ऐसे कर लें, हम ऐसे कर लें, मैं ये रीच आउट करना चाहता हूँ, मैं ये समझाना चाहता हूँ, शादी है यार उसकी, ठीक है, रिलीजियस आदमी है वो यार, ऐसा भी नहीं है कि डिवोर्स करो और आगे बढ़ो। उसके ऊपर सारा इंटरनेट उसका मजाक उड़ाने से नहीं रुक रहा, वो घुसने से नहीं रुक रहा बीच में, प्लस वो ऊपर से पागल है कान्ये।
Bro, Kanye is also like putting up like music videos of him holding Pete Davidson's head. So he's keeping it in the focus. You compare it to someone else, Kanye is keeping it in focus. You compare this to like a Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. Where the only reason there's any talk about it is because there's a lot of legal stuff going around it. So court में जो होता है वो बाहर आता है. But there's no personal broadcasting going on. We compare that to what's happening here where Kanye himself, no one promotes this whole thing more than Kanye.
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah. Kanye is off his balance. My point is यार हम किस level पे compassion as a value use करेंगे in situations like these. एक बंदा फॉपॉ करता है, उसने कुछ उल्टा बोल दिया, उसके मुंह से कुछ गलत निकल गया, लो उसकी कोई बात नहीं, पब्लिक डोमेन में है। एक रिश्ते को तो छोड़ दो यार, पति पत्नी के कुछ तो सेक्रेड होता है, या वो एक थप्पड़ का बदला पूरी दुनिया लेगी।
And you know,
चढ़ के
chat, I feel like there is थोड़ा nuance view से देखो, what he is saying basically is कि there is possible to be, you know, feel that the slap was wrong, but it's also possible to feel that the backlash Will Smith got after it was wrong. Do you know what I mean? I think there is nuance to it.
Look, तुम किस dimension पे right wrong की बात कर रहे हो is also an issue.
देख bro, मेरा क्या,
मैं सिर्फ लोगों से कह रहा हूँ दिल बड़ा रखो यार, बहनचोद, किसी के जीवन में इतना मत घुसो अपने एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए। अच्छा, अपने आप से ये बात पूछो कि तुम क्यों इतने तत्पर हो उस स्लैप के अगेंस्ट फाइट करने के लिए। मैं कॉमिक्स के लिए समझता हूँ, कॉमिक्स के लिए दैट्स अ यूबिक्विटस थ्रेट इन देयर हेड कि अब तो कोई भी थप्पड़ मार सकता है। तुम तो एवरेज जनता हो, तुम्हारे अंदर क्या चुल मच रही है ऐसी कि तुम बोल रहे हो नहीं हम डिफेंड करेंगे। रेगुलर रिस्पॉन्स मेरे हिसाब से कंपैशन का होता है।
Agreed.
आदमी कहता है यार तू चूतिया है, तूने गलती करी, तू भाड़ में जा, बट अब मैं तेरे को और गाली नहीं दूंगा यार।
I think that should have been enough, मतलब। You know,
that's
what
I
really,
thought
what
about.
I found I feel the person who dealt with the whole thing the best was Jim Carrey. Did you see Jim Carrey's interview?
No, I haven't.
So if you get a chance, take a look at it. He basically just like very concisely said that like I know he has problems going on in his life, which is why I don't want to character assassinate the guy. What he did was completely wrong. And
absolutely
more than
wrong.
what he did, I find Hollywood spineless for giving him a standing ovation. You get
for
it?
the speech?
For anything, like when he won the Oscar, you just seen the fucking host get slapped. You should not be giving him a standing ovation.
No.
And फिर यही लोग जाके बाद में बोलेंगे कि you know violence is wrong. ये मत करो, वो मत करो. Don't hate, don't domestic violence. You just saw fucking someone get assaulted on stage. और तुम उस बंदे को standing ovation दे रहे हो. Right. So Will Smith और Chris Rock के जो बीच में उनके बीच में, I'm not saying you have to insult Will Smith, but you don't have to give a standing ovation either.
If you cancelled his Oscar, if you threw him out of the show, if you did a police complaint against the guy, if you did all of those things fair, to press his buttons more the next day is a non-compassionate way of dealing with it. And I think in situations like these, benefit of the doubt यार, उसका भैंचोद घर बर्बाद हो रहा है, उसकी बीवी खुद उसका घर बर्बाद कर रही है frankly. मतलब अगर तेरे को वैसे विल स्मिथ किसी से लड़ाई करनी है ना, अपनी वाइफ से लड़ाई कर, इंटरनेट पे जाके तुम्हारी ओपन रिलेशनशिप और चीटिंग सिचुएशन के बारे में ये कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही है. You can't stand up to that, right? Like, तो Will Smith over the last 6 months itself, I think, has complicated his character to the extent where I just don't think there is recovery.
I just like personally like Will Smith. I liked Will Smith a lot. I still like him. I still like his work. I mean, because see, the thing is, for me to watch a creator and get so affected by their personal life that I can't watch it, it has to be Bill Cosby level. Like a Bill Cosby, I cannot watch anything he's done now because he basically drugged and you know what I mean, right? He drugged and molested like 50 or raped like 20, 30.
Yeah. Right.
That level, there are degrees to it. So that level of crime, I can't look at that and be like, oh, you know what? Stand up, I can't watch anything he does. But something, you know what I mean? Something like a Will Smith, jahan pe, yes, he had he had a clear issue here, but I can still watch his movies and enjoy it, and I still like him as an actor.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is my favorite comedian of all time. मैंने बहुत बार stream पे भी बोला है. So and now I respect him more, man. What a fucking legend.
Bro, भाई उसने क्या कैरी करा है शो वहां से? कह रहे हो Will Smith just smacked. क्या प्रेजेंस चाहिए ब्रो? मैं तो माइक फेंक के मारता बंदे पे. तूने हाथ कैसे उठा दिया मेरे पे? तू है कौन साले? अपनी प्रॉब्लम घर पे जाके हैंडल कर.
Yeah, 100%.
वो भाई वो तो that was a class act. Like Chris Rock just became a legend. Like he was already one of the best, but he just like
he
like
did
my
not
friend was
step
saying
back.
yesterday.
Like this guy, like normally when you get slapped, you want to touch your face first, ना कि कितना दर्द हुआ. This dude,
right.
Like his hands were behind his back even after getting slapped. और फिर वो presentation कर रहा है normal.
Do you think Chris Rock anticipated that कि जब वो चल के आ रहा था कि ये थप्पड़ मारेगा?
No.
Because क्या odds हैं? वो he's like वो मतलब वो भी ऐसे बकचोदी कर रहा है, and then suddenly and Will Smith takes a second. And then he smacks him.
That's the reason most people thought it was fixed initially because they thought कि Chris Rock अपना हाथ ऊपर करके defend क्यों नहीं कर रहा है खुद को. Then I think for most people it like dawned on them कि oh fuck, this is not scripted when Will Smith started like abusing Chris Rock after going back in his chair. That is when most people were like, oh bhencho, this was not scripted.
Which reminds me, listen to what he's saying there. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
He's not saying that to Chris Rock per se. He's saying that to the world. That you've made a joke out of my marriage.
Yeah.
कि यार मैं I'm not pro open relationships and I'm definitely not pro being cucked.
Let people do what they want, man. I think
But if there is an agreement between a husband and a wife, that has to be उनको private रहने दो ना उस चीज को. एक तो उसकी वाइफ बेवकूफ है जो इंटरनेट पे जाके इस बारे में बात करी, उसने क्या जरूरत थी उसको.
No, that's such a very difficult thing to watch, man. That
जो वाला इंटरव्यू है ना जहाँ पे वो बैठी हुई और वो बता रही है. I couldn't even like.
Oh my god, it's like an episode of it's like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like extreme satire cringe रे मतलब, but it's real.
Hot. Yeah. And then Jaden Smith's like, that's how we do it. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's not how you do it. What you do, everybody knows.
But Blueface बोल रहा है your favorite was Norm Macdonald a few days ago. Lol. I love Norm Macdonald's interviews and just general content, but I don't think he's anywhere close to Chris Rock as a stand-up comedian. Norm के specials इतने crazy नहीं है. Chris Rock has the best comedy special of all time. I think.
Really?
I think so. मतलब his 1996 वाला and 1999 वाला Bigger and Blacker and Bring the Pain. These two are the best comedy specials of all time. मतलब it's god level material. So Norm, I love his interviews and one of my favorites. But stand up wise, I rate like Dave Chappelle and all higher.
कोई कह रहा है I agree with Prakhar, but how do you stop it happening in future if you don't make an impact now? Make an impact now by not like there is other ways to
take the Oscar back. For example,
take the Oscar back. Don't let him like appear for shows anymore. Like उसको movies नहीं मिले. और यार तुम if you really want to make an impact for stuff that happened, start with Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. Start with these guys. Start with guys जो लोग rampant molestation जहाँ पे थप्पड़ से तो चला आदमी ego recovery चाहिए ना भाई. रेप से क्या कौन सी रिकवरी चाहिए तुम्हें? वहां पे उसको commensurate punishment दो ना. उससे ज्यादा बुरा क्या हो सकता है? Where Brad Pitt comes out and says I was helpless against Harvey Weinstein because he was threatening my wife.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the helplessness in that case? So like also bro, Bollywood, Hollywood, जो कि glamour industry होती है ना, जहाँ पे जिनका काम होता है publicly appear करना, a lot of what they do is appearance. ठीक है, शोबाजी है वो. उसके नीचे कितना कुछ एक्चुअल इशू हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So yeah, just because this happened at the Oscars, it's going to get far more weight than what Harvey Weinstein did. Maybe not. You know,
No,
Harvey
no, it's
Weinstein
not. No, it's
pretty
not.
much
Come on.
kick-started Me Too
Yeah, that,
single-handedly.
Yeah, no,
Right.
no. I think that
But
there
the
you're
point
wrong.
is, like the point is, be clear in your priorities also. If you really want to create an impact, you make sure you first punish people जिन्होंने irrecoverable crimes
But
की.
they
Then
are.
you come to slightly.
I don't think it is related also.
You don't think?
I don't think this is related to Me Too at all. मतलब वो हुआ
No,
भाई.
this is not related to Me Too.
Yeah, I think that's
My point is,
difference.
अच्छा अब वो impact की बात है ना, उसको यार institutional तरीके से impact करो ना. The institutions exist to do this kind of stuff ना, कि कल से उसको पिक्चरें ना मिले. Productions house don't book him.
Bhai, what I felt, I feel even that is an over reaction. I feel honestly, like not giving him movies after this is, you can't, like I love Chris Rock and I think it was wrong. And like I'm a comedy producer and all that, so like मेरे लिए it's very important that comedy is going as well as possible, like as an industry. With that being said, I mean like that wasn't like planned. He didn't plan to do it before. It was more like
Right.
moment of anger. I don't think you should ruin the guy's career for that. I don't think you can compare it anywhere close to a Harvey Weinstein.
Find a commensurate apology for him, which is not just verbally हाँ stage पे जाके Oscar पकड़ के apology.
Yeah, that's what
find
I'm
a
saying.
commensurate apology.
Sarvesh, and I didn't even know Chris Rock before this. Then I'm sorry then, man. I don't know what to tell you, dude. He's like, Chris Rock is, most people would say that Chris Rock is one of, like, who watch a lot of stand-up comedy would say Chris Rock is one of the greatest of all time. मतलब वो top 5 तो like all time बोल रहा हूँ मैं, like top 5 list most people is like George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and then Dave Chappelle. That is top 5.
This guy says, I have read Will Smith book, seemed like a good person. IDK, I don't know why he did
He's
do
a
that.
good person, man. He had a bad day.
Everybody is roughly a good person, dude. Good people make mistakes. But the point is, roughly speaking,
Yeah.
kind of everybody you kind of meet is sort of a good person, like un approximations mein. You think good and bad people are like a demarcated line कि ये bad है, ये कर सकते हैं, good ये हैं, ये नहीं कर सकते. Like, bro, Shah Rukh Khan Wankhede Stadium. Pretty sure he's a great guy. He got angry. He made a bloody mistake. You know? So that is बहुत commonplace है. उसको इस तरीके से binary judge मत करो. कोई कह रहा कॉमेडी प्रोड्यूसर वाह बेटे भाई चैट एक काम करो जल्दी से ना विवेक रोस्ट.
अरे मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ जनरल कंसेंसस स्टैंड अप फॉर स्टेज, प्योरली स्टेज स्टैंड अप, दैट्स द टॉप 5. नॉट आई वुडंट पुट इन माय टॉप 5.
अबे क्या डिफेंड कर रहा है यार, तेरे को पसंद है गान
माय
बना
टॉप 5 डजंट हैव एडी मर्फी एंड रिचर्ड प्रायर. जॉर्ज कार्लिन probably, but I would put Norm there and maybe Louis C.K. But
there is somebody that's saying
also, man, it's tough.
If Ricky Gervais was on stage, no, he would not have continued appeasing Will Smith.
Dude, Ricky Gervais would have made infidelity jokes.
वो थप्पड़ इतने मारता ना, वो थप्पड़ वहीं खड़ा उसको वापस. Ricky Gervais से तो ज्यादा कोई भैंचो भयानक आदमी नहीं है कॉमेडी माइक में लोगों की रोस्टिंग करने के लिए.
But you can see मालूम है क्या कि Chris Rock held back. He was like, "Ooh, I could," and then he stopped. He probably had like 10. He would have finished Will Smith. रे वहाँ पे 15 अगस्त jokes मारता था रे. Yeah, I have a comeback for you, but I'll give it to you in August or something.
Bro,
like your
pretty
wife
sure
was.
the writing room also wrote cuckold jokes that he did not crack, that he could have just cracked उसके बाद. क्योंकि कई jokes reject होते हैं ना, बहुत सारे jokes लिखे जाते हैं, writing room लिखता है jokes.
Yeah.
And you know, there was something I was reading, I don't know where, about the whole situation, कि Will Smith did not get angry because of the G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
It's because
Wife, yeah.
Chris Rock followed it up with, oh, this was like a light joke.
This was a nice one.
And that's when he's like, oh my god. So it was that follow up कि मैं भी वो cuckold वाली direction में जा नहीं रहा हूँ. Bro, being a cuckold is so tough. हमें normalize कर देना चाहिए cuckold होना. Chat, तुम में से कितने लोग cuckold होना चाहते हैं? I want to ask you very seriously.
Prakhar will do it himself. He'll help you out.
I'll be the bull. How many of you want to be cuckolded?
Cuckolding services by Prakhar.
We'll put out a poll and we'll ask you, who would you rather have as your bull, Vivek or Prakhar? And whoever wins gets to cuckold.
I don't want to cuckold anyone, but
एक बंदा कह रहा है मी आ गए भाई मी वाले. तो मेरे को पता नहीं है यार.
I don't think बहुत लोगों को cuckold पता है क्या, पता नहीं है क्या है. I think there are some people.
भाई जिसको नहीं पता वो cuckold गूगल कर लो. तुम्हें cuckold की तेरे को पता है हिस्ट्री क्या है cuckold word?
Cuckold कर दो, नेट वाले गूगल कर दो.
Do you know what the history of the word cuckold is?
I don't know how it came to be. No.
Have you seen 3 Idiots?
Yeah.
Have you seen that scene जहाँ वो कोयल birds की eggs लेके आता है?
हाँ.
He's basically explaining the natural process of cuckolding. Cuckolding comes from the word cuckoo, which is the कोयल bird, and the कोयल bird basically cuckolds another bird by अपने अंडे वहाँ डाल के उसके अंडे फेंक देती है.
Yeah.
So now this other bird is raising कोयल birds as a manipulation. उसको लगता है मेरे बच्चे हैं. That is the animal kingdom version of cuckolding.
I get it. But
कोई कह रहा है भाई कोई नया स्टार्टअप है क्या ये कुकोल्ड?
है ना भाई, राउंड 1 आ
भाई
गया
वीसी
भाई।
फंड कर रहे हैं भाई, वीसी फंड कर रहे हैं।
हाँ। Oh man.
एनटीआर नहीं पता मेरे को क्या होता है। आई डोंट नो व्हाट एनटीआर इज। डू वी नो व्हाट एनटीआर इज?
I know what Netora Re. It's a genre of how do I say this? It's a genre of porn where the main character gets his girlfriend or wife or like significant other fucked by someone else.
Isn't that cuckolding?
No. Cuckolding is like if he wants to do it. Like he wants her to do it. Netora Re is more like she has an affair behind his back or somehow the other person is like. It's a whole
Hot
different
as
thing.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's called NTR.
NTR. Netora.
What does it stand for?
Netora, it's Japanese for like. How do I explain this? Netora नाम है उसका. Search कर दे. NETORARE.
NETOR.
Chad, remember when we said this would have direction?
NETORARE. Netorare.
Netora, हाँ.
Nice. Chat, तुम्हें ये सब कैसे पता है? हमें लग रहा था हम तुम्हें 4 बातें सिखाएंगे
मुझे पता है
तुम्हें
but-
बता रहे हो हमको।
I wasn't searching Google for it. I was searching my search history.
Dude, that's so like wow. I had no. Wait, NTR तो साउथ का एक्टर है। हाँ. So
Culture,
that is
man. We
as
should
far
call
as.
this the culture podcast or something. Sorry, continue.
Bro, I think. What do you think about a podcast that just explores porn categories?
I think I just rather watch porn, honestly.
No, like, hey, you have to ask yourself, why does somebody like hentai? Like, what is happening
No, I
that's
don't ask.
turning
I
you
ask
on with
myself that
hentai?
every day.
Do you really like hentai?
Yeah, मस्त है भाई. क्या प्रॉब्लम है उसमें?
मस्त है यार.
What's
ऐसे
the problem?
कॉमिक बुक्स
It's great.
दोस्तों के साथ देख लेते हैं ब्रो. शक्तिमान का एपिसोड आया है नया hentai वर्जन. बहुत मजा आया संडे रात को 12 बजे. क्या है मस्त क्या है इसमें hentai में बे? ऑक्टोपस वाले हाथ और क्या
That's,
क्या
I think
मस्त है
you're
hentai में?
like, the thing is now you know so little about it. I can't get into it. You are looking at one very particular subgenre.
So what is the subgenre I should be looking at?
Netora.
Wait, there is hentai which is animated but NTR.
Yeah, that is the
Check
main.
it.
That is NTR mostly. Yeah.
Hentai is mostly NTR.
No. I mean that is the most popular genre of NTR. Hentai. Like hentai and NTR is the most popular. Live action इतना नहीं चलता है.
क्यों?
I don't know, man. Demographics.
तू शर्मा क्यों रहा है यार?
I know,
मुझे
I'm
खुल के
saying
बात
like
करना.
genuinely. I don't know why people eat pizza more than hot dog. People like it more. That's the example I would give. ये देख भाई
Look
बंदा
at
लिख रहा है
Tentacles
भाई,
episode
2010
man.
It
I'm
is
sorry,
right. He's very
guys.
right. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, yaar. I'm not updated on pornography enough. My bad. I've been watching YouTube instead of like RedTube. My bad.
एक बंदा बोल रहा है खुरो इनो देखो लाइव का ट्रूथ जानो. मैं तो लिंक भेजता है ना, व्हाट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट सेंड.
भाई तू पता है ये जापानी नामों के चक्कर में बहुत घटिया चीजें भेजता है भाई. मैं उस चीज के साथ ठीक नहीं हूँ ब्रो. ये नहीं हो सकता लाइफ में. ये जापानी चीजें नहीं चलेगी. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क विद दिस जापानी शिट.
ये कोई क्लिप करो एंड सेंड इट टू सम पीपल वे प्रखर xenophobia एंड ऑल दैट.
अबे भाई जापानी नाम पे जापानी चीजें भेज तो बात भी है ना. तू जापान नाम पे भाई पोर्नोग्राफिक घटिया इस टाइप की चीजें भेजेगा तो थोड़ी चलेगा. मम्मी देखती है यार मेरा फोन, वो बोलेंगी क्या है ये, फिर डांट पड़ेगी मेरे को यार. अच्छा लगेगा.
I feel like I don't think the porn theme. I don't think it would work, man. Porn theme podcast. Like who wants like when you're not like it's like post nut clarity के बाद you really want to learn more about how porn is made. And if you want to jack off, just watch porn, man. It's just like
Hey, did you know all porn sites that you can 95% of all porn sites are owned by one guy?
I heard कि it's one like that Pornhub का पूरा it's like one.
Yeah. It's
I heard
basically
that,
Pornhub network. Yeah. He started Pornhub and he made so much money. He just bought every other production house in the business.
I've heard this. That's crazy, dude.
That's wild, bro.
That is proper monopoly, dude. तेरे को पता है, you know what? You know real monopoly. Which I was with my friend and we were walking. Like, हम लोग एक supermarket में चल रहे थे and then we were just talking about like what were we talking about? हाँ, we were talking about like there's some brand work I'm doing with Gillette coming up, which ironically मेरा दाढ़ी
तो आती नहीं कुत्ते के बच्चे.
Exactly. Whatever.
Gillette वाले किसको दे रहे हैं? अरे Gillette, hello, ये देखो.
Dude, that is a real fucking monopoly. Can you name 2 other companies that sell blades other than Gillette? 2.
I just remembered. Isn't Gillette's thing कि जो वो डंडा देते हैं, डंडे की कोई कॉस्ट नहीं होती, ब्लेड्स पे एक्चुअली बनाते हैं वो पैसा.
Yeah, but can you name 2
ऐसा भी कुछ है
companies
ना?
who sell?
I have no idea.
No one
मैं
knows.
कभी शेविंग नहीं करता.
It's-
I never shave.
You don't trim your
I
beard?
just trim.
No, okay, but
I just trim.
But no,
हाँ.
but even if you did,
Never use
like,
blades.
you know what I mean? No one knows. No one. They have like a proper fucking
टोपाज आ रहा है, एक टोपाज कह रहा है, डॉलर शेव क्लब कह रहा है.
Dollar Shave Club is banana. It's like legit. It's legit like a
Siddhant Jha says we should call this Dopecast.
Beardo is Beardo is something else. It's not
पौन पे
replaceable.
प्रवचन. चैट बदतमीजी की कोई हद होती है या यही हकते रहोगे तुम?
So Gillette का
That's
बहुत
good.
interesting history, yeah. So they started in the late 1800s. Basically, उनका main USP was disposable blades on a razor. So that one thing they patented everything, like all over the world, and then they went into Europe from US, and then उसके बाद they never looked back. So like Gillette has a monopoly and they have patents on fucking everything. So Gillette is like the definition of a basic monopoly. They have like 90% market share, and then 10% is shared by 50 other companies.
Hey, give me a sec. I think somebody's knocking. Just give me a sec. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Old Spice is not one second, huh? Old Spice is not a competitor because Old Spice sells cream. They don't sell razor. बाबू in chat क्या हुआ? Gossip down रख लो ना. भाई मेरे को fake news लग रहा है chat. What do you think about fake news? Because we discuss news stuff ना primarily. So I was thinking fake news. What do you think about that? अबे तुम गूगल कर रहे हो रे अभी. That's not fair.
वो
ना,
भी चैट
fake
से
news.
लड़ाई क्यों करता है? अब तुम गूगल कर रहे हो, अब नहीं होगा ऐसे.
No, now they fucking Google कर रहे हो razor companies. पहले 2 सेकंड में क्यों नहीं बोला किसी ने? अब सब लिख रहे हैं कंपनी के नाम.
तूने इनसे नामों का वो पूछा?
हाँ मैं वही पूछ रहा हूँ अभी कि फेक न्यूज पूछा मैंने और क्या सोचो नाम बताओ. Gossip Town तो I don't like.
तेरे को why do you like fake news so much?
Because we do new stuff and then the other idea I told you about. The other idea.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying fake taxi, and I think I vibe with it.
fake. This will be a fake taxi.
We can call it a fake cast also.
Fake cash भी कर सकते हैं हाँ.
है ना? Fake cast. Chat house fake cast.
Fake cast
अरे वो
also.
डाल देना 3-4 पोल डाल दे इस तरीके से जिससे हमें थोड़ा पता लगता है. Trash talk is actually good. I agree.
Trash talk, but then like there's already a podcast called Trash Taste, and it's just too similar to that. तो मेरे को फिर वो नहीं
Who
चाहिए.
does trash taste?
A bunch of like YouTubers.
तूने क्या बोला? Bencho?
A bunch of YouTubers based
अच्छा,
out of
bunch
like Japan, US and Australia, I think.
अबे तो उनसे क्या करना है अपने को?
नहीं but फिर भी मतलब fake news.
I like Dopecast. I like Dopecast a lot. It keeps it very open. And it sounds very similar to Dostcast, जिससे हमें मिलेंगे shorts viewers.
अरे मेरे को वो कॉपी नहीं चाहिए रे. दोस्त कास्ट कॉपिंग वो सब नहीं
यार मैं
चाहिए.
मजाक कर रहा हूँ यार.
अरे MC Brute in the chat. Crazy भाई.
वो ये MC Brute ही है ये.
ये असली MC Brute है हाँ. Is the real.
ये वही MC Brute. आप वही हो जो बहुत परेशान चेहरे के साथ यहाँ से वहाँ घूमते रहते हो क्योंकि विवेक ने आपका जीवन बर्बाद कर दिया है. वही MC Brute है ना इससे मैं मिला था.
पिन करेंगे भाई हाँ. भाई by the way प्रखर मैं तो को वैसे इन डिटेल बोलता हूँ but MC Brute का बर्थडे is 21st August and on that day I'm planning a 3-hour live stream called The Birth of Girth. So it's going to have a lot of celebrity. I'm very serious about this and out
Bro,
of my
get a
own.
sponsor for this. Can you please get a sponsor
I
for
am,
this?
I am.
This
I'm
would
going
be
to.
so awesome.
I am. मतलब proper कर रहा हूँ मैं. All the money we raise will go to MC Brute for his. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but
Size reduction surgery.
no size reduction. तो नहीं. I think he's got a wagon in front of him to walk normally. So something like that. It's legit. By the way, birth of girth कर रहा हूँ मैं. So
Dude, I just do not understand how a man can be obsessed with another man's penis so much.
it's respect, bro.
This
Only
is unhealthy.
No,
This is not
it is
respect.
only respect.
Nobody goes around saying, "Oh,
No,
Gandhi was
man.
so great. Gandhi was so great." in
Only
every live stream."
respect, no homo. ठीक है.
Nobody goes around saying, "Oh my God, Subhash Chandra Bose, yay!" in
By
every live
Dopecast
stream. That
सबको
does
अच्छा
not
लगा है.
happen. That's what respect looks like, bro. There is an obsession here.
Everyone like Dopecast.
Dopecast, huh?
Yeah. Why the birth of girth कर रहा हूँ मैं to come for a bit for that, huh? I'm going
Bro,
to get.
why don't we just call this Birth of Girth?
No, man, that makes no sense, but that is like so weird. I'll give you an idea of
A
what
sexual health podcast
what
that
that
does not
stream
talk
will
about
be.
sex.
What that stream will be is we'll do like अपन बात करेंगे MC Brute के बारे में. ठीक है, there'll be one half an hour Pokemon segment where I only battle using snake type Pokemon. So like Ekans, Seviper, Onyx, like phallic shit, right? Then I'll probably call some other YouTuber, maybe Suhan or someone will play Snake. You know that game Snake where you like get like so सांप हिलता है and if you touch it itself it dies. So we'll do that. Then we'll do a MC Brute meme
MC
review.
Brute's penis is a snake. If it touches itself, it dies. It
Yeah.
has to restart.
then we'll do one then we'll do like a meme contest for best MC Brute meme gets 10,000 rupees in cash. We'll figure out. मतलब proper कर रहा हूँ मैं.
B-Stats chat में कह रहा है विवेक जैसे ही कक बनते हैं MC ब्रूट बनेगा विवेक कबूल. भाई अगर ये होता है ना that would be such a fitting end. विवेक खुश भी हो रहा है, देख रहे हो chat? विवेक कह रहा है किसको पता लगा.
But okay, so like, what do you like name-wise more? Happy Girth Day or Birth of Girth? I like Birth of
Birth of
Girth.
Girth.
Birth
Birth
of
of Girth way more than anything else.
It has a very metal feel.
It has no more than just a metal feel. Birth of Girth is like, you are talking about something prolific there. It's not just Girth Day.
Birth of
named after the first person with
हाँ,
girth.
we do genital, but genital jousting का तो फिर ये होता है ना, copyright strike आता है. I mean sorry, guideline strike आता है if you do genital jousting on YouTube. And sorry, we can't do a fan art contest because YouTube channel delete हो जाएगा. These two things we can't do. We can't do MC Broad fan art.
अब मेरे को पता है अगर मैंने कभी जिंदगी में इतने पैसा इकट्ठा कर लिया ना, मैं एक केटो या एक GoFundMe इकट्ठा करूंगा, पैसे बनाऊंगा और उस पैसे को देके मैं MC ब्रूट को पुणे से रिलोकेट कराऊंगा ताकि वो अपना जीवन जी सके वापस यार. मैंने सोच लिया है मेरी लाइफ का एक लौता मिशन अब जीवन में यही है भाई, कि बेचारे की जिंदगी बचाना.
गर्थ कास्ट बोल रहा है एक बंदा.
Girth cast is not bad.
Girth cast is not bad.
But अगर हम लोग उसको ऐसा sexual नाम देते then we'll have to talk about sexual shit.
Yeah यार, MC Brute कोई context दो भाई. अबे यार क्रिश सोमानी, कुछ context की जरूरत नहीं है भाई. It's just your boy MC Brute.
Phallic cast. भाई तुम तो बिल्कुल ही philosophical हो रहे हो, fenugreek. तुम तो बिल्कुल ही Derrida की territory में जा रहे हो.
By 21st August, seriously, birth of Girth. I'm very excited for it. By what crazy.
What a weird fucking situation, bro. I just never understand this, yaar. Of everything I do understand, I never understand this.
तू बैठ के like, can you like, I want Sid Warrior to tell me the psychology behind this, behind birth of Girth.
Sid Warrior on the neuroscience of girth. एक meme stream करते हैं Sid Warrior को बुला के on the neuroscience of girth, उससे पूरा explain करवाते हैं. उसको बताएंगे नहीं लेकिन chat Sid को बताएंगे नहीं और सिड को बुला लेते. सिड एक पॉडकास्ट करना है और स्ट्रीम लाके लाइव. सिड दिस इज अ पॉडकास्ट अबाउट द न्यूरोसाइंस ऑफ गर्थ एंड साइज. द न्यूरोसाइंस ऑफ कामा सूत्रा.
One person is saying untitled podcast is good. I think
Untitled podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it. It just feels very gimmicky.
It does not tell you anything about it.
What does Dopecast tell you?
That's dope. What does any name tell you?
One guy is saying schedule cast. What the fuck?
If we are able to pull that off, my god, we should not do that.
No, I mean, I think we can do it because if we stream even when Samay and Tanmay are streaming, we'll still get a guaranteed amount of views.
That's good. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, भाई तू. This was a good one, Vivek. Better like तेरी औकात के हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा जोक था.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
हाँ. इसको कास्ट वर्ड देना जरूरी नहीं है वैसे यार.
It doesn't have to have.
हाँ भाई कैंसिल विवेक चैट में कैंसिल विवेक चलते रहना चाहिए.
This is cancelable क्यों है? Anyways, couching cash, no, that's something very different. Please read super chat house. There are none.
अच्छा chat. Meanwhile, while we think of the name, tell us, तुम लोग what would you have us talk about?
No, there's
like in general.
There's a second thing I want to talk about actually, which is the fact that everything in India is open now. This is basically pre-pandemic. There is not, except for the fact that a lot of places will ask you to show a vaccination. There's nothing, like there are no leftovers of COVID norms anymore. Everything is pre-pandemic. No masks compulsory, no social distancing compulsory, no like gaps in theaters. Everything has been like completely changed. So do you
Business
think
must be great then, bro?
It is. A lot of like hotels. I was at a like at like a 4-star hotel today talking to the GM for some work stuff, and he was telling me that like in 2 years, this is of course for obvious reasons. It's like पूरा buoyant हो गया market. जितना loss था पहले उतना ही अभी like this is better than the last 5 years. They never had this much business. And this is the case for most business casual hotels. He told me like जहाँ से when people are flying down all that, a lot of in-person shit happening now.
Right.
So, but do you think it's the right
like,
call?
bro, this has been the case. This has been the case here for a little bit now. New York में ना, they did like a 99%, 97% vaccination. रहना है, काम करना है तो vaccination चाहिए. Vaccination के बाद mask हटाओ, मौज करो पूरे जीवन में यहाँ पे.
Yeah.
So like, I think New York got 3 times better and 2 times more expensive because of this. क्योंकि एक तो inflation went off the roof, so everything is bloody expensive, but everything's on the street now, bro.
Yeah.
So like here it is popping. It is like beyond a doubt popping. What I know from my friends in India after all of this is that they're super busy.
Yeah.
कि अब सबके शोज चल रहे हैं, अब ये इवेंट हो रहा है, वो इवेंट हो रहा है, यहाँ ट्रैवल हो रहा है, वहाँ ट्रैवल हो रहा है, पहाड़ों पे मरा रहा हूँ, बीचेस पे मरा रहा हूँ, ये हो रहा है अब.
Yeah. Hey, what is it called? Mic drop.
Mic drop's not bad.
Yeah, I like mic drop.
Mic drop's not bad,
I
but
like mic drop.
we have to sort of work out like what we do with the name, like where are we going with it. It has to sort of communicate what we're
See,
trying
I
to do.
want it to be topical. Matlab, I do want to talk, and it doesn't have to be the biggest piece of news, but something like I want to talk about something that's also happening right now, and then other abstract stuff as well.
Hmm.
So what I was saying,
Okay.
is that like इसका एक downside भी है, which is now they can't shut everything down again. The people will outright, there will be like proper like protests and all that. If they decide नया variant आया नहीं आया, doesn't matter. They cannot now go back to.
I've been saying that for a year, bro. तेरे को याद है we've done this discussion.
Yes.
When I'm like, bro, खत्म करो, आदमी को जीवन जीने दो, वरना आदमी जीवन कब जिएगा यार. और तेरे को एक बात बोलूं मैं ना like I'm very skeptical of mainstream narratives overall.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
Like for instance with Russia and Ukraine, before India was predominantly Russia, I was like, why aren't we listening to Putin? I said that a few times. People gave me a lot of shit for it here, America mein, YouTube pe ye wo.
Yeah.
I also tweeted the day Russia-Ukraine happened, I said, watch how COVID becomes irrelevant. अब तो Russia Ukraine भी irrelevant है as far as news is concerned.
Yeah.
Nobody really talks about it as much. But तुम news cycle का game देखो. Trump was undefeatable in America up until March 2020 when COVID came, and Trump का जो main card था, he was always on the news, went away. And Biden wins by a small margin. Right? फिर वो 2 साल COVID, fear mongering, हमारी न्यूज चल रही है. इंडिया में 400 न्यूज चैनल हैं. अगर वो बेचेंगे नहीं डर, तो चलेगा कैसे उनका घर? वाह. अगर वो बेचेंगे नहीं डर, तो चलेगा कैसे? समझ रहे हो? 400 न्यूज चैनल का कंपटीशन समझते हो? 400 न्यूज चैनल का कंपटीशन समझते हो? जो एक देयर वाज दिस वीडियो, I think I was watching one of Tanmay's reaction with Rohan and whoever एक टाइम पे, जिसमें एक न्यूज एंकर कुछ रीड आउट कर रही है, पीछे से एनिमेशन में एक टैंक आता है, टैंक की गन जो है न्यूज एंकर की तरफ मुड़ती है और बम फटता है न्यूज एंकर पे. राइट? वी आर ऑलरेडी इन कार्टून लैंड विद न्यूज. हाँ, वो न्यूज 400 न्यूज चैनल 2 साल ब्लेयरिंग COVID. Not that it's not serious, not that people don't die, not that it's not worth precautions, but a lot of the mood was manufactured because news had to sell.
Yeah.
Right?
I get it.
And now that we have better things to talk about in the news, we are looking for the next big thing to talk about in the news at all points in time, be that Kashmir files in India, Ukraine, Russia, around the world. We can be like, oh, COVID. So COVID died because news moved on, not because people moved on. And I think one thing that I'd really like for people is to wake up to the fact that you have to think for yourself and like news तो सुनो ही मत. बर्बाद है न्यूज आज की डेट में. इंडिया में particularly कचरा है न्यूज आज की डेट में.
So no, then the question is, do you think that it was premature to take everything down, or it was like because there's the new variant in China apparently, or do you think it was like about time?
Bro, yaar, kab tak, matlab, like how long are we going to stick inside? It's been bloody 2 years, bro. More than that, right? Like so, and I know there is a new variant. I will have to see kya genetic profile hai, uska kya impact hai to actually say something about it. But and India mein the other problem is also that people live with their families, which is not the case everywhere else. जहाँ बुढ़े अलग रहते हैं, बच्चे अलग रहते हैं. Right? हमारे यहाँ क्या है, हम बुढ़ों तक ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि हम बच्चे जवान हैं, हमें अकल नहीं है. So there is that additional problem too if you want to give nuance enough weight when it comes to. But at the end of the day, bro, I genuinely think that you cannot have a standstill forever.
Yeah.
आज ना मेरे दोस्त ने एक फोटो डाल रखी थी of 2 years ago on 5th Ave, which is like just shopping district है 5th Ave. ठीक है? सब तेरे सारे हर्मीज, गुची, अरमानी, वर्मानी सब वहीं है, प्लस तेरा ट्रम्प टावर वहीं है, प्लस तेरा ये वहीं है. उस टाइम BLM से बिल्कुल पहले की बात है और ये इनिशियल लॉकडाउन है. जो सन्नाटा था ब्रो यहाँ पे यार. The city died. Anybody who was living in the city for sure was depressed. तुम इतने छोटे से घर में फंसे हुए हो, इतना रेंट दे रहे हो. Beast News is the best. कोई कह रहा है Beast News is the best. Beastcast. But I legitimately think it was about time, bro. when do people start doing their business and when do people start living? So many, एक वो है ना joke, COVID generation वाले engineer हैं, COVID generation वाले CA हैं.
That's a
कितना
real
real
thing
joke
now,
है.
bro. But that's very
कितना
real.
real
That's
joke है.
very real, dude. If someone tells me that I graduated from this college during COVID, I know automatically that they had to go through less work-wise to get there than someone who actually, because a lot of things were just removed. कि हाँ ठीक है, practical नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. By the same time, you can't like hold someone back a year. So I don't really know what the do. Hey, you're in New York right now. Have you watched Karan's special?
No, Karan was, but yesterday I was hanging out with Anchal. I don't know if you know Anchal.
I don't.
Anchal Agarwal, also I think a comic. She opened for Zakir when Zakir was performing here. So I made friends with some of her friends during the show, and then somebody put us in touch. So मैंने उसे कल अपनी party में invite किया था, and those guys had seen Kanan's show and they could not stop talking.
Yeah,
about
it was
how
really good. I've seen that show in Pune when he had performed. Unbelievable show. Unbelievable.
Like, those people were saying कि आज के बाद I will only compare comedy to this show from Kanan, and I thought Zakir's show was so good that it blew my mind. So I don't know what Kanan's up to, but it sounds like he's doing great.
I want to watch it, but like it would have to be like, I think they're also very different because Kanan is pure stand-up. Zakir's is a mixture of, I think, storytelling and stand-up.
Storytelling and
you
stand-up.
can't really compare the two, but
Yeah.
I think pure stand-up wise, Kanan Gill is like the best in the country right now.
I keep hearing that.
After seeing this,
I keep hearing
100%.
that. Most people tell me that कि Kanan से tight comic कोई नहीं है शायद पूरे country में, in the sense of like he understands comedy like nobody does, which is a beautiful thing to know. I am rediscovering respect for Indian comics now, because before I was a creator, when I was a pure consumer, so much of the jokes that would pop up on my YouTube situation were like इतने soft like college jokes. I was like, comedy, for the sake of haha giggles, it's cool, but like it's not delivering anything.
Yeah.
Now when I saw Zakir's show, my mind opened up, and I was like, wow. In fact, there is some incriminating stuff where I'm going off on a few Indian comics in some of the podcasts I've done in the past that I now look back and I'm like, no, I should have been more careful because मैंने ढंग से explore ही नहीं किया था. But I'm very excited to hear कि like this Kanan's show is fantastic apparently. It's just mind.
Also like like अभी बता रहा था Kanan Gill का बात हुआ है, since not announced anywhere, but Kanan Gill is also in the comedy festival.
Oh, nice.
On 14-15 में किधर भी announce नहीं किया. I mean, I've not even said this before. It's not even on Instagram yet, nor have I said this on a stream. So if you actually, I'm not saying this to like sell extra tickets for my event because वो sold out होने वाला है. But if you have not watched the special, I think 20-25 आधा घंटा तो करेगा. So if you come watch the his set in the comedy fest, I think he'll be doing part of his special. It's just too good. It's on a different level writing wise, right? मतलब it's not like
I've heard.
The writing is so tight now.
और मैं भी कंसिडर कर रहा हूँ. अभी बीच में 1-2 दिन पहले रात को मैं घर आया कहीं से पार्टी पुटी करके, तो समय स्ट्रीम कर रहा था क्योंकि उसको तो नींद आती नहीं आदमी को, निशाचर. तो मैंने उसे ऐसे हेलो हाय बोला, फिर मैं उसकी स्ट्रीम पे चला गया. तो मैं उससे बात भी कर रहा था कि मैं सोचता हूँ एक बार कॉलेज खत्म होगा अगस्त में, 3-4 महीने लगा के दबा के ओपन माइक करूँ.
Just I think you can do it.
Rhythm, the rhythm and the flow of like being in front of a stage. और मैं यहाँ करूँगा. So like practice that in English. हिंदी में फिर भी काफी comfortable हूँ मैं. Probably not there yet. But like that is one of this is what I do in terms of trying to learn a skill, brute force. I'll set up a schedule, and for the first part of it, without looking back, I'll do it every day. Then I'll go to an expert, be like, this is what I've done, this is what this looks like. I'll get a camera guy to record some of that stuff. What do you think? ये मेरी writing है, ये मेरी performance है. What do you think? And then slowly start learning from them, implementing that. और उस process में try and learn. So one of the things I want to really do is like just immerse myself.
You know, one of the things, something you said reminded me of this natural energy that my friend has, which attracts women to him. It's called MC Brute Force.
Does MC Brute get a lot of female attention?
I don't know, man. I just wanted to make that joke. But you know that like they're making a Marvel movie about a superhero with a very big penis. It's called MCU Brute.
तेरे साथ क्या होता है? तू रात को ऐसे सो रहा होता है, तेरे सपने में एक घटिया जोक आ रहे होते हैं.
मैं सोच
कल स्ट्रीम पे क्रैक करूंगा, बहुत कूल फील करूंगा. ऐसा होता है?
More than I'm proud of. Will I miss the Pune Comedy Festival? I'm not in city before 18 May. 14-15 May को हो रहा है यार. So you don't think there's going to be any like repercussions of opening the entire country up and removing all, because it's very tough to go back now, because most businesses, like you see schools have opened, right? So my mom is in the education field. She's like she used to be a teacher, now she's at admin level. And she used to be going for meetings and all during COVID anyways to the school once in a while, but everything was shut and teachers were doing virtually. So I met her a few days ago and she was talking to me about like the effort it's taken schools and colleges to get back to an on ground system. And unlike a company which can on a whim say कि घर पे रहो बाहर रहो घर पे रहो, schools have to do a lot more like legal running around to get everything started. And government भी मतलब schools were the last thing that opened up, right? If you look at it, schools were the last thing. Dude, events हो रहे थे schools शुरू होने से पहले. So I just feel कि it's going to be very difficult to roll that back now, because most like schools will start going under like financially if you do this again.
I don't think they should roll it back now. I think we should just go ahead.
Yeah.
I think the initial fear while lockdowns were imposed was to the effect of seeing कि इतना dangerous हो सकता है.
Yeah.
And I think in hindsight we understand कि dangerous है, but it's not Spanish flu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like initially we didn't know anything in 2020. So, but now we kind of have an idea. And even though the Delta wala situation in India mein was horrible.
Yeah.
Was just next level horrible.
Yeah, मेरे को COVID undersell नहीं करना है. I just think that what should the metric be when we are like deciding how strongly we react to it? Should it be? I think it should be hospitalizations instead of infections.
तू किस अकाउंटिंग की बात कर रहा है? घंटे की अकाउंटिंग ठीक नहीं होती यार इन हॉस्पिटल्स में.
I get it.
हाँ, तो फिर like तो लाइक वो डेटा को तो तू ट्रस्ट कर ही नहीं सकता ना. इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम है तू डेटा को ट्रस्ट कर ही नहीं सकता. तू डेटा बेस्ड डिसीजन लेगा क्या?
That's true.
मैं तो कहता हूँ तुम, और अगर ऑनेस्टली इफ यू वांट टू लुक एट व्हाट डेटा टू टेक डिसीजंस ऑन, गिवन हमें इंस्टिंक्टिवली पता है इतने लोग ऐसे नहीं मर रहे जैसे स्पेनिश फ्लू में मरे थे. यू लुक एट इकोनॉमिक सर्कमस्टेंस यार.
Yeah, I know, but at the same
time, move karo.
I feel like now this is a discussion you can have. I don't think you could have the discussion March, April 2020. And bro, I'm someone who lost like, okay, chalo, matlab, I can give you a rough idea.
My parents were in the hospital.
No, like not relatives. Like financially, I lost up to 15-20 lakhs because my comedy festival, we shelved the whole thing 2 days before the event.
Right.
Even though I lost that money, I still think it was the right call. You had to lock it down.
You have to be precautious, huh?
Now, do I think after a few months they went too hard with the precaution? Probably, right?
Right.
But I think the initial reaction was right, because you can't weigh a life against financial loss. The problem is once the financial loss reaches a level where lives are being lost anyways, that's when you have to take a call.
Then you have to start considering कि यार मतलब ये जीवन जिएंगे कैसे, बच्चों को अपने स्कूल भेज. पता है मैंने अभी recently somebody was raising money for this, ठीक है?
Yeah.
किसी की 11th क्लास की एजुकेशन के लिए मेरा कोई एक इंस्टाग्राम पे some contact I know was like, hello, इसको 11th क्लास में एडमिशन दिलाना है. इसके पेरेंट्स के पास कोई पैसे नहीं है. भाई मैंने उस बच्चे की फीस दी है यार. मतलब मेरी बात समझ रहा है? तो अब भाई यार हमारा
Was that from your COB का winning now?
यार इन जनरल मैं समझता हूँ कि ऐसे वाले पैसे के बारे में दिमाग कभी लगाना ही नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, इतना तो मैं इतने का तो पोकर ही खेल जाता हूँ ब्रो. मतलब इतने पैसे तो मैं हाँ?
How much was the fees?
कुछ नहीं यार, मतलब मेरे को जितने बचे थे 4-5 हजार रुपए देने पड़े. कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब मैं उसको कोई ऐसा मैं वो नहीं कर रहा. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ
You still did it, dude. मैं तेरे को बता रहा हूँ तूने किया. Still did it. Whatever. I know you don't want the fucking pat on the back, but whatever.
हाँ, मेरा पॉइंट ये है ब्रो कि तू सोच किसी के पास 5,000 रुपए नहीं है स्कूल भेजने के लिए यार अपने बच्चे को. तो यार तुम हालात समझ रहे हो. वो 5,000 रुपए भी एक अनजान आदमी, मैं तो इसको ऐसे देखता हूँ भाई, कोविड में हमारी दुकान चली है तो हम जिसको मदद कर सकें भाई, जिसकी दुकान रुकी है उतना हम भला इकट्ठा कर सकते हैं, अपने लिए भलाई इकट्ठी कर सकते हैं. ये पहली बार नहीं हो रहा था, ये पीछे से बहुत पहले से करता आ रहा हूँ मैं ऐसी चीजें. द पॉइंट इज इतने बुरे हालात हैं यार इकोनॉमिकली. बच्चों के दोनों पेरेंट्स मर गए भाई, उनको पता नहीं लग रहा फ्यूचर में क्या करना है. कहीं से तो तुम्हें यू विल हैव टू गिव सम ओपनिंग. एंड आई डोंट थिंक इट्स लाइक वेरी लेट or very early. I think this is about time. I think it is about time we all get up and start moving ahead.
I'm just like, I'm mentally, dude, that like, the last event now, the 2021 just mentally drained me when the event didn't happen. I was like, that is the closest I have come to just being like, अरे यार मैं थक गया हूँ, like I don't want to work anymore. Because you put, see the event का thing ना, it's like it's a money shot. Like everything comes out at once. It's not like a slow steady process कि चलो, you know, if you're doing a series of streams, तो last के 3 stream नहीं हो तो ठीक है, you still have what happened before. With the event, it either happens or doesn't happen.
Right.
So now if again restrictions come up for whatever reasons now, and I can't do my event, I don't know what I'll do, but it's just mentally really like tough. So I have a more personal involvement in this question than just like from the outside seeing कि क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता.
I cannot, मेरे को आज एक invite आया किसी TED Talk का, ठीक है? एक तो I hate TED Talks because मैं अपनी speech रट के नहीं जाऊंगा, भाड़ में जाओ.
दूसरी बात, I'm tired of them, man. It's like every fucking guy who wants a free magic show calls for a TED Talk. Every college.
और दूसरा क्या है, मैं कॉलेजेस भी आई एम वेरी हैप्पी डूइंग अपीयरेंसेस, बट ऑनलाइन जस्ट सक्स. Like I cannot wait to explore all this talent I have built up over the last 2 years in like the field. क्या होता है जब प्रखर लाइव जाता है. But there is a lot of people sending hearts and I really appreciate it. But is energy ko channelize karo to help us come up with something.
Yeah.
Like Arman Dutt Path, I don't know, says it's about time as the name of this IP, which is not a bad idea.
Not bad, yeah. I like mic drop also. Because it's like mic drop is very opinion
mic drop's very like, mic drop's very catchy and like it's very generic.
Sure, but I like it. I don't know. बैठते क्या करना है? कम्युनिटी पोस्ट डाले एक दिन में
कम्युनिटी पोस्ट डाले.
हाँ,
आज तो हम लोग सिर्फ तुमसे बात करने आए थे चैट. आज हम लोग सिर्फ एक लेवल पे we were just here to sort of talk to you about this stuff, bring this on. We will figure out how this goes. And हम लोग will be back very soon.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, we are planning कि 2 तो करने हैं मैंने में. And then as and when something crazy happens, we can take a call कि एक और.
Yeah. Right.
But the brutal show. Yeah. Brutal show. Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you, dude. I mean, ideally, and also I feel कि like people are looking at China's numbers. I think China में the vaccination ratio to Indians is not comparable because there are a lot of fake vaccines circulating there. So I don't even think as many people there are vaccinated as they are in India, surprisingly.
Sorry, I'm just stuck with chat saying brilliant names. I know you're talking about China, but
Yeah.
uncast.
What caste?
Uncast.
I think caste is just done, yaar. हर चीज का caste. I don't know.
Non-caste. No, I don't have a last name. Just Prakhar.
People are
I'm
saying
uncast.
one guy saying Mother Prakhar.
Mother Prakhar. Bro, wow, very, very, very original. First of all, wow. How did you think of it? Prakhar rhymes with fucker. Oh my god. Nobody ever thought of that. You don't know how useful that is.
What are outcast?
Nice.
I don't mind that one.
Nice.
I like outcast.
I mean, I relate to the word outcast. I've always been an outcast. Everybody always, like Hikaru says, no, I'm used to people disliking me. So
विवेक को सब्सक्राइबर्स दिलाओ कास्ट. भाई सब्सक्राइब कर लो चैट. अच्छा याद है मुझे. सब्सक्राइब कर लो. लाख तक पहुंचना है भाई. 1.5 मिनट.
चैट अपनी ब्रूटैलिटी अगेंस्ट विवेक अलाइव रखना क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे विवेक के साथ करीस ले रहा हूँ ताकि तुम विवेक की ले सको.
बढ़िया भाई.
एक सिंगुलर पर्पस है.
क्या बोल रहा है यार.
बाहर जात आउटकास्ट.
Entitled pod. I don't think we're entitled, man.
Hey, how's privilege caste?
I have a joke, but I won't make it. I have a fake second joke.
Just call it Brahmin, huh? So many caste jokes today. Somebody saying, no wait, दोबारा सुना है जो ताकि लोगों को सुनाई ना दे. मेरे को सुनाई नहीं दिया ना, मेरे को पता नहीं लगा ना, मैंने सुना नहीं तेरा जो. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा, सीरियस बोल रहा हूँ. अच्छा ठीक मेरे को याद आ गया. ठीक है. Yeah.
Okay,
somebody also suggested hollow.
क्या लिखा है पब्लिक ने?
Oh, actually, you know what? Dark cast. इसमें सिर्फ dark jokes.
I don't think that is what it will be seen as. I think
Chat, हम आपको ये वाली बात नहीं बता सकते. ये अंदर की बात थी. इसने विवेक ने बहुत ही प्रो स्ट्रीमर मूव यूज करी यहाँ पे.
I can't.
गोत्र कास्ट is funny. हम सबसे पूछेंगे आपका गोत्र क्या है, आपके गोत्र में क्या होता है. तेरे को तेरा गोत्र पता है?
One guy saying holocaust.
That's what I said. Hollow पे रुक गया. मैं बोलना नहीं चाह रहा था.
No, I mean, that's not. The thing is, you can't get cancelled for that now. That's the funniest thing. It's like because
I can get cancelled for that very quickly.
Really? Because 5 million people died. You can make those jokes about that. It's been long enough, apparently. India, I don't think you get cancelled for that.
Only Jews make jokes about it, and it's still graceful. Like we can't do that.
I don't do it anyways. I don't make Holocaust
I'm so
jokes.
deeply involved with Israeli politics. You have no idea.
नहीं मैं तो वैसे भी नहीं करता हूँ. I don't make those. But I'm saying it's weird that you can make jokes about that, but not something else.
Yeah.
And that is like.
No, in fact, they have a very like dope logic behind it. They're like, हम इसको we are owning this. ये वही वाली बात है ना जो N word है जो सिर्फ black लोग बोल सकते हैं. We are owning it. This is ours now. So you don't cross this territory. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And like coincidentally, I meet so many people who are so involved with Israeli politics thanks to Jonathan.
Yeah.
कि कोई हिसाब ही नहीं है, bro. I think one of the next PM candidates in Israel is Jonathan's close friend. So it'll be very interesting. We went to college together. It'll be very interesting to see if he actually becomes prime minister.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Crazy.
His name's Rudy, and he's bro. Acha, I'll tell you something super. Okay, I have to talk about this before we go.
Yeah.
Rudy is a political activist. Like, he'll go to college campuses around the world. He'll go to bloody countries around the world, and he'll fight for Israel. In the sense, he will try to like reclaim the Jewish identity in a new light. जैसे वो देखा जाता है. Bro, guy's about our age. He's probably as tall as I am, probably broader than I am in size. So you can imagine like a 6'1", 2-inch guy, just like bloody built. Like, he's a figure, and he's the hottest celebrity in all of Israel. Like there is actors in Israel,
or like big,
no.
popularity wise.
No. Just I have seen girls here. मेरे को बस रूडी से बात करवा दो.
बस got it.
It makes no sense. हमारे यहाँ किसके लिए बोलेंगे? शाहरुख खान के लिए बोलेंगे, रणवीर सिंह के लिए बोलेंगे, एक्टर्स के लिए. इजराइल में सेलिब्रिटी क्लास पॉलिटिकल है. And that blew my mind. कि like he is, लाइनें लगती हैं ब्रो. हम उसको कभी पार्टी में यहाँ बुलाते हैं, लाइनें लगती हैं हमारे घर पे. Suddenly 50 more girls show up because Rudy is here. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So and the guy is pretty much crazy. Like, वो नाइजीरिया गया था किसी काम से, उसको नाइजीरियन टेररिस्ट ने किडनैप कर लिया.
What? When was this?
एक महीना. You can look it up on YouTube.
Dude, that's
Rudy Rockman
crazy.
Lagos.
Wow.
And so he got kidnapped by Nigerian terrorists. He spent about a month उनके फंसे हुए. फिर वहां से निकला, उसको फिर उसने किसी तरीके से कंटेंट कर दिया थोड़ा सा. So like that helped him kind of. But it's mind boggling.
I mean, agar that's a cool prime minister to have, man. Because a lot of times you will be in hostage situations, and now you've seen it from the other end also.
Yeah.
It's a cool.
Right.
That's wow.
And he's like 27, 28. He's very young. So like this probably happens 20 years from now.
Okay, yeah. Isn't there some like legal this कि 35 के ऊपर होना पड़ता है in most countries?
Not necessarily. Maybe. But you have to consider Israel is a young people's nation. When Ben Gurion became prime minister, he was in his 20s. जो first prime minister था इनका, the founding father of Israel. ये लोग सब जवान. In fact, this is something I learned. Please don't quote me on this. I may be very wrong and it might be insulting. But when I was in Israel, जो हमारा guide था, he was telling us how it was so complicated because all these founding fathers and the founder class of people थे, they were all having sex with each other.
Really?
So like it became so complicated कि ये मेरी बीवी है, but she's also slept with my friend and like all of these situations happening. Yeah, because they were young, bro. They were like when they arrived in Tel Aviv, they were 19, 20-year-olds.
Wow.
I think I may be wrong about it, but I don't think I am.
I mean, that's something you don't want to be wrong about if you're saying it on video.
There is somebody who's saying Rudy Rockman is more famous than the current prime minister. Yeah, it's true. And they've been saying I come to Tel Aviv for a while, so I'm assuming they're in Israel somehow. Davita Moses करके जो है. I don't know how you understand what we are saying. If you're Indian in Israel, maybe it's a different story.
Someone's saying we wake show. One guy saying politics and cuckolding in the same stream. हाँ ना यार, हम लोग कैसे 0 to 100
from cuckolding to politics.
Yeah. Swingers OP. Reality check is not bad though. Oh, reality check's not bad यार प्रखर.
It's not bad.
I don't mind reality check.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. You're right. Reality check is not bad.
Okay, अपन एक काम करते हैं. Let's jam on it for a few days and then एक community post डाल देते हैं. क्या बोलता है? Right. समय 1 11.5 out of 20. Nice. Good. मेरे को भी करना है यार एक Simul. I don't think I'll get people coming for my Simul though. That's the problem. Like, I'd love to ask Sagar कि can I do a Simul, but I don't think कोई आएगा उसके लिए. But if people come, I'd love to do a Simul of 20 people. तू भी आएगा ना India?
हाँ मैं आऊँगा. I can do a Simul if you want.
I think तेरे लाएंगे लोग. I don't know if I'll be able to get people coming, but I'm sure you'll get. 20 आ जाएंगे, but that's sad ना, पूरे मॉल में 20 लोग हैं सिर्फ. हमें कि इधर लोग भी देख रहे थे कि क्या चल रहा है.
I don't care. मेरे को chess खेलने से interest है.
Yeah, I want to play a Simul, man. I'll ask if maybe I can also do it someday.
Yeah.
बॉम्बे आओगे तुम लोग Simul के लिए? Chat.
हाँ बॉम्बे में करेंगे Simul.
हाँ बॉम्बे वही प्रखर and me come.
मैं जब मैं इंडिया आऊँगा, I'll spend about 50% of my time बॉम्बे पुणे.
Nice. भाई मजा आएगा यार, chill करेंगे.
हाँ. हम तो hang out करेंगे.
Man, this felt like a lot more packed than Trash Talk. Trash Talk का अपना जगह है रे. I'm like fucking tired and ऐसे कुछ भी करना है, 15 मिनट में बंद कर रहे हैं, TikTok देखना है बैठ के, तो we'll do a Trash Talk कुछ भी.
Right.
This I liked. I feel like and there's enough happening in the world also and with us that we can do 2 of these. Where we and 1 hour, like 1 hour 10, like we'll end it now, right? Solid 1 hour, 1 hour 10. I want people to be able to watch it after the stream also, which I don't think will happen if we do a 2-hour Trash Talk. So
right, chat. What is your feedback? You should please leave that in the comments also.
Yes.
But while we are still here, we'll look at what do you think? आज तो बहुत ही informal or like we are still like sort of.
I still like it though. I think this tone with slight more direction is the way. Also मैंने इसलिए एपिसोड्स कर रहे हैं ट्रैश टॉक तुम अगर नोटिस करोगे वी नेवर हैव एपिसोड्स इट्स जस्ट कि बकचोदी चल रहा है कुछ भी चल रहा है दिस वी विल हैव एपिसोड्स एंड प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर टू
Fun podcast. This was awesome. Much love. Maza aaya. Do once a week, please. Once a week is too much. You will also get bored. We will also get bored.
Yeah,
Trust me.
agreed. And
After
like
having spent,
both of us have a lot going on, honestly.
yeah. Like there is a reason why Raw and Real and Trifecta were unsustainable from my end because every week.
Wait,
what do you
Prakhar,
talk about?
let me give you a fucking crazy idea. ठीक है, I've been wanting to do this with trash talk, but trash talk करेंगे eventually. This is my idea. We'll do a couple of these in the next few months. When you come to India, we'll do a live one in Habitat. Balraj Balraj has like a 4K streaming setup.
Oh fuck
So
yeah.
we'll take Habitat का backdrop, proper mics, and we'll do a live. Whatever we call it, right? Reality check or whatever. मेरे को दो करने हैं. एक ये करना है with me, you, and maybe one good guest. And then we'll do a trash talk with like 6 people. जोएल को बुला लेंगे, बलराज को बुला लेंगे, बैठ के करेंगे. 2 different.
I'm super down. तू live show करा मैं सारे live show के लिए.
बहुत मजा आएगा.
तू मेरे को ये बोलेगा ना open mic पे खड़े होके 5 मिनट हगा मैं लिख के हगा.
So we'll sell tickets. People can come watch it, but at the same time we'll stream on YouTube also. I think that's a fucking brilliant. बहुत मजा आने वाला है.
Brilliant.
This is on. I'm going to call you in the next week to figure out dates and बलराज को बोलूँगा टिकट्स बेचना शुरू कर दो.
100% I'm down.
Like 30 people, that's it. But let's do it.
मैं 25 मई तू लगा ले 24, 25, 26, 27 में से एक दिन में इंडिया आ जाऊंगा और फिर मैं 5 जुलाई के आसपास तक इंडिया हूँ.
अरे गुड वन. I'll be damn.
पूरा जून इंडिया हूँ मैं और तू कभी भी फ्लाई कर.
In fact, I don't think we can probably do that stream I was talking to you about the Ivy League वाला stream. तो अवंती को Avanti lives in Bombay only. So me, you and Avanti can probably do one. We'll figure out.
पर मतलब उसके लिए तीनों लोग आईवी लीग से होने चाहिए ना.
नहीं, I'll ask.
Bro, by the way, I don't know Avanti a lot. we've spoken only briefly एक दो बार ऐसे text पे कि विवेक mentions you a lot ऐसे करके थोड़ी सी बात हुई थी हमारी. But Avanti की childhood videos जो वो डालती है Instagram पे, they are so cute, bro. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है मेरे माँ बाप क्यों नहीं बहनचोद कैमरा लेके घूम रहे थे बचपन में.
Ignore the other stuff. Those are the nice ones.
I've never seen any of her other stuff. मतलब कभी इतना वो पर जो वो ऐसे खड़े होके मम्मा and it's so cute. मेरे को नहीं पता मेरी उम्र ऐसी है कि छोटे बच्चे देख के मेरे को ऐसा लगता है. But like wow यार, Avanti, great job on that content, dude.
बढ़िया भाई. This is Columbia student being nice to Harvard student while Pune University student watches. ऐसे ideas लाया कर विवेक. Nice idea. मजा आया यार. Okay प्रखर, should we can this? Let's end it on a.
मेरे को बहुत जल्दी सुसु करके भी आना है. तू इसे कैन कर.
मैं स्ट्रीम एंड कर रहा हूं. तो मुझ क्या फिर अपन ऑफ स्ट्रीम बात.
फिर हम बात कर रहे हैं. हां मैं एक मिनट में आया जल्दी.
बाय बाय गाइस. लीव समथिंग some feedback in the comment. Please leave some feedback in the comments. Because we will generally work on it. और अच्छे नाम है तो please लिखो comments में. In fact, I'll tell you what. Whoever's name we use now, write the names in the comments. Whoever's name we use will make sure कि some kind of prize you get. I don't know what that prize is. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure out. ठीक है. चलो thank you. Bye bye. मेरे को ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं रखना था ये. Tight 60-70 minutes. So I hope people watch after the stream is also done. Bye bye.